Today we're out in Briones Regional Park. We're putting in at the Alhambra Creek Valley entrance, and we're gonna play it by ear. I think we're gonna do 5 miles, but we'll see. Vita doesn't.
A mile and a half.
Vita doesn't typically come with me, so we'll see how things go. So this entrance of Briones is pretty popular with the folks that are in Contra Costa County. There are 2 main entrances to Briones. Well, actually, I guess 3 main entrances to Briones, although the Lafayette entrance, even though it's technically Briones, you know, it's not a good starting point to access the main portion of the park. So today we're going out the, I guess it's the Orchard Road Trail, I think is what it's called. I'll look them up and I'll flash them on the screen. As I said, we're going to play it by ear. So the way we've chosen to go is a very slight incline. So the Orchard Trail crosses the service road and continues on the other side. Now there are quite a bit of cattle in this park. So if you don't like hiking or running where there's cattle grazing, then this is definitely not the park for you. Not only do you have the cattle to contend with, but of course you have all of the cow dung. The soil here on these fire roads is mostly clay. So after a rain, during a rain, it's going to be quite muddy. And if you run right after a hard rain, you do have the tendency to build up mud clogs on the bottom of the soles of your shoes. So we've come to the intersection of the Orchard Trail and the Pine Tree Trail. And the Pine Tree Trail is the one that we're going to take. Okay, we're coming to our second fork, and typically I would go straight here, and we are going to continue up Pine Tree. If we had gone straight, that's the Toyon Canyon Trail. We're going to stay on the Pine Tree Trail. So I thought I'd take a minute to talk about the gear that I have with me. When we left the house, it was around 40 degrees. So I've got a wool hoodie on. I've got the scarf, which I typically have because of trail dust when I'm running. I don't need it so much when I'm walking or hiking, or at least not locally in the Sierras. It's a little bit different because I'm hiking for a longer duration. I've got a bottle of water with me. There is not very much water in this park, so you should be prepared to bring your own. I've got a first aid kit in case one of us trips, gets injured, anything like that. As I said, it was 40 degrees when we left the house. Now that we're on top of the hill, I'm feeling pretty warm. We've been walking. I'm guessing maybe it's in the 50s now. In addition, I've got gloves. Vita brought a cap. I should have brought a cap. So from Pine Tree to get to the Old Briones Road trail, which will take us back to where we parked, you go through this cool double track. Now the trail essentially is meeting up with the service road. And up at the top of the service road, we've come to a rest area, and I think I'm going to recommend that we end our journey here. Vita's a little bit tired, and I think I'll have her hang out here, and I'll just go get the car. So this is where we started. We went out the Orchard Trail up to the Pine Tree Trail, and now we are here. So we've got a little bit less than that to get back. Continuing on the Old Briones Road trail, and then the Spangler Trail, and that will take us to the Alhambra Creek Trail, right back to where we came in. So we're now on the Old Briones Road. The parking area has a latrine. It has running water when the water's running. Yeah, so I didn't know whether I was going to leave Vita here and walk back myself and get the car, or continue on. She's agreed to continue on somewhat begrudgingly. I think most of it's going to be downhill once we get around this one little hill. So we're about 3 miles in, and we have yet to crest the top of the ridge. But I think we're almost there. As I said, it's, it is sort of meandering. So a couple steep sections, but not terrible. Finally come to the intersection of the Spangler Trail. It's all downhill to the car from here. Look at all these mushrooms. Not quite sure what this is. It's a little bit off trail. Huh. Looks like a bunker of some sort. So Vita stayed on the trail while I checked out whatever that was. So I gotta go catch up with her. It's all downhill from here to the car. So we've reached the intersection of the Alhambra Creek Trail and the Spangler Trail. The Alhambra Creek Trail takes us back to the Alhambra Creek Valley staging area and back to the car. So it's all downhill from here. Now there is an offshoot trail to the right, which is a single track, and it will follow this trail all the way down. Unfortunately, Vita's ahead of me, so we won't be taking that trail because she doesn't know about it. And there's the trail there. And there's my lovely bride. And we're finally approaching the staging area. And we're in the final stretch. That's the orchard trail that we took out when we started. So we're completing the loop. I don't think I pointed it out earlier, but there's a picnic area with a pit toilet that folks can use. So we're back at the staging area. It's been almost exactly 5 miles. We went out the orchard trail and then up the pine tree trail, met with the old Briones Road trail, and then came back on the Spangler trail. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for coming along.